10 out of 10 out of... Nope. Nah, I don't want that one. I want the other one. I want the other one. Well, here we go, chat. We're doing all the stuff and the things. Oh yeah, there definitely is. There's so much to learn. So much to learn. If you play this game consistently enough for a good year or two, you'll eventually either do what everybody else does and just manage to get through it, or you'll learn all the ins and outs. You'll learn what your defenses can do. You'll pay attention to how much power they've got. You'll know about mana management. You'll know about like what to be putting down for like what lanes it is that you've got here as well. Like obviously Timmy just doesn't need anything in the lane. 2 LSAs and he's pretty much dealt with, because he's just a chump. Paying attention to what lanes have the most mobs and stuff, and all this kind of jazz, and just there's a lot of things. We just have to be thankful for the people that do actually give us the information that we yearn for, because there was some people that figured it out and then told everybody else, and then obviously it was word of mouth, or people were just looking at forums and things like that, and then again, and then it just started passing along the chain. Like I did a stream way back with a bunch of the Casters Guild crew, and although we only did Chaos 7, I had modded out my lightning strikes, anti-melee, anti-chaos mini-boss. I spammed down just lightnings through 2 entire lanes, and I had built these like this, and I told them the whole explanation behind it, like anti-melee, anti-chaos, that'll deal with assassins like really quickly because they're melee mobs and they're chaos mobs. So once they had a couple of upgrades in them, they would just melt, like just absolutely shred them. And obviously when it comes around to Onslaught, that's kind of vital to not only your survival against headstrong assassins, but your survival, like making sure those die, you survive, so that you can continue defending your lanes or whatever it is that you kind of need to do. But yeah, I spammed these down through 2 entire lanes pretty early on when mods and things like that came around, and they didn't even get past like the first 3 or 4 of them, of the LSAs that I'd put past, and that was like entire packs of mobs. Like that's all I put in the lane, was I just spammed down lightning strikes everywhere. So we got a long shot here, so I'm going to add in the crowd control for this lane. Got to double check here to make sure. Okay, so there's no flyers there, which is good. I think I'll probably just do the. I think I'm going to do a poison dart tower, so that'll crowd control more of the lane in order to get that petrify combo, and then I think I'll get some Get some cannons in as well. I'm currently rocking heavy cannonball on here, so this will have a chance to spawn a heavy cannonball that'll hit up to 10 targets. So that's there as well for that. And I'm trying to max these guys. I've got limited range on them as well, so these guys will potentially have maximum damage because everything should protect. These cannons will hit. I'll start shooting them once they get to about here, and they should be petrified here. Technically, they should be petrified right about here, because as soon as they kind of get close to this proton beam, so everything should be here. So I'm maximizing everything that I have to kind of stick with that long shot, the further their source of damage, and that's me pretty much putting these at the maximum range that I could kind of so that should do the trick for that lane. Then we've got flyers, so I've got Earth Sky Guards, Poison Sky Guards, so that should take care of them. It's long range as well, so that's even better. Take care of those guys. Let's go this way first, because this is the easier ones. Okay, this lane of proximity, the closer the source of damage and they're phased, genuinely it doesn't matter what you throw down here pretty much. So auras is the best thing for this. So the closer the mobs get to this, the more damage they do. Again, this is the petrify combo. As soon as they get to this, they're going to be petrified and they'll be standing here, so in its proximity. So this will just do 10 times more damage to them as soon as they stand here, pretty much. So we'll completely shatter the whole thing and put down a full setup, because then nothing should make it past that. The only thing that you'd have to be worried about is bosses for that, and all you need to do for that is upgrade this a couple of times and then upgrade this a couple of times. Tier 3, basically this to tier 3 and that to tier 3, and the bosses should get annihilated from that as well. The health scaling is going up though, so that's another potential problem. Phased and enrage, it's the same. It's basically the same as that. It doesn't matter. There's nothing bad in this lane. So whatever your go-to setup would be, whether it's do this, whether it's to do that, if you're someone who's got weapon mans, and you could put weapon mans down, you could just your go-to setup for that is what you should put down for that. And obviously we're going to stick to the standard of, well, we'll petrify them. We'll petrify them and use our big damage, our usual setup, which is this right here. I think that's 200 DU right there. Okay, air raid, and it's headstrong. So this is one of the most problematic lanes, right? This one right here. So we need to just layer in a bunch of damage here, a lot. The only thing you could do for this is out damage them before they could do anything else. So for now, what we'll do is Flame Aura, LSA. I'm going to put both the Sky Guards that I can put down for this. So this one has anti-support on it. So the anti-support is going to deal with the EMPs and the cobalts at the bottom of there, and then I have anti-ranged, poison, and defense rate on this one here. Obviously defense rate is to get to the speed cap, so that they're hitting, obviously you can see the attack rate is at 0.5 seconds right there. So that's why attack rate's on there, so it shoots as fast as it can shoot. So we've got this to deal with one set of particular mobs, and this anti-ranged one is to deal with the beetles and the wyverns at the top as well. The beetles actually take more damage to earth. It would have been nice if I had had these two swapped around, because these would have done more damage if they actually had anti-ranged on them to deal with those little beetle dudes. Now, to me, that's not enough for those guys. So I'm going to put a lightning strikes down, and I'm going to boost them as well at the same time. So the lightning's in front, so that if anything is getting pretty close to it, the lightning can try to help it out as much as it can as well. This could save their life if one of these bomber guys tries to bomb them and gets pretty close, but then the lightning could potentially help out with that. Timmy lane, it doesn't matter about Timmy, you could just throw down whatever it is that you want, but we're not going to shy away from not putting down what we can put down for the lane, because we could get bosses for this lane. If we've already used up all the DU that we could for it, you know, we'd have to be here in this lane to help deal with the bosses, and the bosses have got they've got a lot of health now, so don't take that risk. 204, there me go, 204. So we got front line. There's nothing on there that you need to worry about. Lethargic, pain aura, just ignore that. There's nothing negative in there, so you could just completely ignore them. We've got bullet sponge, have a small anti-projectile shield, and then they're armoured. Takes reduced physical damage and increased magic damage. Well, everything that we've been throwing down right now is magic. Everything that we're throwing down right here is magic damage, so this will kick the shit out of them. Now this is a double lane, so it's something to consider. So even if I could just put my normal setup for this down for these guys, for that, but that actually it's a double lane. You have to consider it's got twice as many mobs in this, so something like this could potentially be overrun. So don't shy away from making sure you add in a little bit more than what you would. Now mass destruction is currently on, the main bulk of my build is the reflect beams. Not only do they petrify with the proton beams, but this is what the endgame users use to take care of their lanes. So this has the maximum potential damage right here. So what we'll do is we'll put down the normal thing, but we'll put another extra reflect beam in the middle of it as well. We'll still put the proton beam in. We'll still put in the boost aura. We'll still put in a flame aura to deal with them too. And then we'll still put a lightning in at the back. And then that's that lane. That's that one. We got EMP Kazis, and we got Cobalt Kamikazes. We've got EMPs. Now the Cobalt ones will dive into this here, so those guys aren't an issue. Then it's the EMP guys that we have an issue with, and it's only going to be a couple of them. So now it's all about just getting the proper placement for sky guards. So we've got to we have to figure out a good spot to put down sky guards in. So if we do the petrify combo, it basically drops them into the lane below it. So then they should die quicker. They should die quicker. Pulling that up just a little bit further forward. So yeah, EMPs get petrified when they come out the lane, and they'll drop into here. And this will help kill them off even quicker. So that's that lane. Draken's Barrage, it's got ranged guys in it. If I had something with range, if I had a defense that had anti-range with it, it would help out for this lane, but I don't have it. Maximum effort. Enemies have more health but get weaker with each unique source of damage. So right now that actually helps me, because I don't have anything particularly set up for ranged people. So again it's just we're going to put down the build that we spam everywhere pretty much. because it has maximum effort on it, the more different things that we could put down, the better. So we've got proton, we've got a reflect beam, we've got a flame aura, we've got this that will slow down. It won't slow down the frosty guys that are at the top, because those frosty guys can't be slowed. But it will slow down the other guys, and there is more of those guys there, so that's not too bad. The fire does 50% more damage to frosty mobs, so that's good. You know, we've got a whole bunch of different defenses down here to help us out with that maximum effort. They get weaker with more stuff that hits them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5, but can just consider it 4 without the boost aura. So just a normal standard setup for that will do fine. Stabby zappers, maximum effort, immune to slow. Your Skyguards naturally have a slow to them. Skyguard slow duration. Skyguard slow duration increased by 2 seconds. It basically means if you have controller on your Skyguards, it makes them obsolete for this lane. It means because they can't be slowed, you're instantly losing the controller setup, which a lot of people used to do back in the day. So, so we're just going to do we're going to do the petrify combo again for those guys. Petrify them, maximum effort. Like, when they get petrified, they'll fall down into the lane and hopefully be dealt with. Okay, so now we actually do have something that's a little bit more challenging over here. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit of challenge. But we really have to pay attention to the lane tags. So we have 20 EMP healers in this lane. There's only 20 of them, so that's not too bad. And then we only have 24 of them in here, so we don't need to go like really crazy with this lane, but we do have to be smart about it, because this Kursakazi one causes a problem. Cobalt's die that will leave an extra area that debuffs towers and defenses. Now, I can get around this setup because of the weapon mans. With the weapon mans having reflect beams, having tenacity on them, it means that it doesn't affect those. Now you can also get around this with using automation. On the lightning is where I have one. Automation, it doesn't have to be upgraded, but this shard here acts. This shard with 0 upgrades, like you don't have to upgrade it, acts as 100% tenacity. That's what this acts as, is this 100% Chaos 8 tenacity. 100%. Now, I do have destructive pylon here in this. I have been using lightning strikes that does actually have destruction pylon in it. You could, in theory, put automation on this proton beam, so then that way you could still have the setup of putting this and this down without it being affected by anything. Potentially. Excuse me. But I'm not doing that. So, now it's a double lane, but every single lane you could put down 200 DU per lane. So we literally have 400 DU that we could use just for these 2 lanes. But that's overkill. There's only 44 enemies here. That's all that's here. Now, the only other problematic lane that I can think of right now is that air raid lane way back there. It's the only one I can think of. One sec, chat, my throat's really sore. Need to cough like crazy. Oh man, Damn throat. It's like you got a wedge in it or something. So yeah. So we got Kursakazi in there. Maximum effort. What are we going to do? Well, there is two ways that you can do this. There is two ways that you can kind of do this. You could slam up a whole bunch of upfront damage. Like I've done this. I've done this on a couple of lanes in that already. I've actually been doing this, like that, to hopefully get this to take care of those bomber guys at the top, those kobolds, because they're relatively weak. Kill them off pretty quickly, so then you could still build whatever it is that you want to build. Like back here, still build the same stuff that you want to build back here with no problems. Then we can go even further with that, and we could get the petrify combo going still, but with a poison dart tower instead. That's what we could do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer in like a bunch of damage like right here, pretty much, and go like so. Now, as soon as I put down like a proton beam, everything gets buffed with destructive pylon, but I can't do that in this case because of the Kursakazi. I don't have my proton beams fully chaos 8 yet. The defense rate is the only thing that's missing to get 10 out of 10 before we make it a chaos 8 to make it the tenacity 100%. So I can't do that right now. But I just explained automation, and I've got automation on my lightning strikes with destructive pylon, so I can make these things get buffed, pretty much get buff with this LSA. So all this stuff is now hitting much harder here. We got the poison in the back to deal with the petrify, like to give the petrify combo as well. And again, like there's only so many mobs that are in there, and this is actually a lot of damage right here, just this alone. The only other thing that we could do for this lane is just put it still has maximum effort in it though, so we've only got 3 things hitting this lane. We should technically get a little bit more in here to kind of help it. So what I'm gonna do is what I always do, because I'm a baller and I want a ball. Now, this is only if things make it. This is only if things make it to here. Right to the end here will these things start firing. Because as you can see, the range will only hit them once they get to the end of the chain there. We do have stabby zappers in there, so these guys will kind of get a little bit preoccupied with those guys at the same time, but that should take care of that lane. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we've already built everything. Like, that's it. We built everything. Everything's done. Now what we do is we go around the lanes that we feel as though that are really going to struggle potentially, and put more shit in there. That's it. That's all we're going to do right now. So, EMP zappers, don't give a fuck. But I do want to make sure that they die without issue. So there's that. Long shot over here. Okay, well, fuck it. I'll put in a flame aura just to help, and an LSA too. Now this lane's like really got a shitload in it. Like fuck, we'll put in even more. We'll really utilize like the long range and put more cannons in. to that. Like that's serious overkill just for that lane, but it's a mob gallery lane. It changes every wave. So again, like we're just reshoring that up. We've reshored that up. Heading over here, no, I don't need to touch that. There's nothing negative in here. It's like this will do the job. Again, with that'll do the job. Air raid lane, that is something to be worried about. That is definitely something. So we're going to take this out of there, and then we're actually going to like go like friggin' crazy right now with this setup. We're going to put in a whole bunch of damage for these guys. LSA on that side, LSA on that side. Boost aura in the middle, like really fucking jack it up. If you're wondering what I was doing there, I was trying to fit in flame auras closer together. So I took this off, and you could see like the range of these, like they're super tiny now. So that means I can fit them closer together with one another. And then as soon as I put this back on again, like look at the range, like there's the range of them now. Like so there we go, there's that. Timmy lane, that's fine. The front line, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure that it will. Again, like if there's anything that we could do to reshore the lane, it would be just to put something else in to help out. So what I'm going to do is put a poison dart tower in at the back. Now that PDT will also help out make sure that those dive bombers should get petrified with the Skyguard as well, to make sure that they fall down into this lane and die quicker. So there's that. Draken's Barrage, I'm pretty sure that those guys are going to die. Pretty sure of it. So I've went around, I've reshored up the lane, I've got 60 DU left. Now normally I would put down an obelisk, but I'm actually going to save that and wait. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait and see what happens with the next lane, because 9 times out of 10, like these are really, really easy lanes, like all this stuff. The only one that was a challenge is that air raid one. That's the only one that could cause trouble and present problems, because they can't be stunned, and these guys could have potentially up to, is it 34 enemies I think that these guys can have. It's the wyverns that push the count way, way, way up. So this is the only lane that can cause you problems. But other than that, everything else that's here is pretty much self-explanatory. It's really not that hard to kind of follow with. So, G, we hit the button. We hit the button and we go. And again, like everything should be pretty set up and dealt with. Right, so come on over here, have a little look. Petrified, then they fall in. There's LSAs here. Now this the cannonballs can kind of work, because these guys have to climb back up again. This guy looks a little bugged out, actually. There we go, like he's moving again. There we go, he's moving again. Like, yep, it's doing fine. How's this lane doing? Looks good to me. The poison dart tower being in the back with the earth on this reflect beam just means that they can all get petrified much quicker, like a lot quicker. As soon as you could see, like these guys were all just bunched up right here, and they were all just dying before they could even make it all the way into here. So there's that. Okay, so long shot, maximum effort, Psyfrost Vanguard throwers with maximum effort. That's actually really good. Having maximum effort pretty much almost negates you having to use long shot, for this lane, which is like fantastic. So take this out. We will put, well, basically what we'll do is we'll do like the normal setup that we have, that we've been spamming down pretty much. Pretty much just do exactly the same thing that we've been doing here. There's only 60, like there's only 62 enemies coming out of there as well. Like it's not a lot. I'm going to take a poison dart tower, which is actually going to, again, it's going to help because we've got the flyers that will be coming, and then we have an earth skyguard down, so we'll be petrifying stuff like just all over the place. So we're going to put poison dart tower. We're going to bring that back. Actually, we might even want to bring this back to like here. Like bring that back a bit to there. So then that'll petrify mobs a lot quicker. Like it'll petrify them basically like almost like back here. As long as the PDT hits them, you know, it'll petrify them like here before they get petrified here. So hopefully by the time they even get down to this, they'll already be dead. So there's that. That's like, there's that done. Again, you can go a little bit further with it if you want. It's got the long shot in there. You could put, there's still 100 DU there. Like I could put more down, but I'm going to refrain. Like I'm going to hold off because the problem lane is still yet to show itself. Is actually like it's still yet to show itself. Right, okay, now before we do anything, or should I say before I do anything, run around and grab mana first. It's the best thing to do. See how much mana it is that you have first. Grab what's available to you. I should have done it first before I did anything, but this lane won't have mana because it's Timmy. Timmy just is annoying. He's not really like, everyone wants to see Timmy lanes all the time. You got mana from here. Okay, so what do we do first? Right, okay, well the first thing you do, hold shift. Where the fuck is the boss? Right, okay, the boss is over here. So this is where the upgrades go first. How much it is that you want to put in here, that's totally up to you. That's totally up to you. Yeah, but I always tier 3 that, and then a tier 3 that. That technically should be enough to kill that lane. Should be. I should do the job. Right there. It's fine. Now, what was the, like, what else is there to get? What else should we upgrade? Well, we already know we have this air raid. It's jump up to 28. Pretty sure it was only at like, I don't think there was that many of them that was in there. But this is the main problem lane, is the flyer one. So we're going to upgrade appropriately here for this lane. So all this stuff up front technically does more damage than what those guys do over there. So we'll get these guys up here, like we'll even take it even further, because we want these guys to die and never make it to these at all. So there's that. We literally have so much mana right now technically, while all these other lanes are just like, they're very questionable. The only lane I would say that is questionable is actually the new lane that's popped open. Why? Because it's a frosty lane. That's why. That's why this is the one that's more important over any of the other ones. So, douche, 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 and we hit the button. Now hopefully these guys don't bug out and go the other fucking way. Now, for as far as these mobs are making it right now, I think this needs more. Like instantly I'm standing here, I'm going, is that going to hold? Like, will that actually hold? It's barely hanging on. Again, if I had anti-ranged, those little quibbling dudes would just, they would die so fast. It would get wrecked. Now I know assassins are coming, so I'm going to move. Hopefully and Nash is dead. Have a good night there, Migu. Enjoy your French, your French thing. Let's stand here and wait for fucker to show up. We actually have two fuckers. One's headstrong as well. A lot of deaths are going to be happening, chat. We're going to be dying a lot because we've got headstrong fucking assassins now. Oh, he's not headstrong. Unless he just straight up died. So I'm going to run around. I'm going to run around first and pick up the mana because it's actually easier to pick up the mana. Like, I should have done that before, but I was just trying to get straight into the build for y'all. So just run around real quick. The mana just kind of comes to you, but it won't if you swap heroes. Like, see how close? Like I've literally scooped all that up without hardly even reaching it. Oh look, it's my favourite. All that mana. Now I could deal with the high roller lanes, but again, like, this lane to me was a little bit questionable right here. So what I'm gonna do is what I've been doing so far. I'll put in some cannons because I'm a baller, man. I'm a baller. Want to ball out? 2 cannons in there, that should be more than enough. And then just to kind of make sure, we'll take them up to tier 3 as well. I'm all about the tier 3, me. Like, take them up to tier 3, should be fine. Should be good. If you have to take them up further than that, then you need to reevaluate your defenses because they're not doing what they should be doing. So we got high rollers. And they're going this away. Over this away, over here. Now, there's a plethora of things that you could do for these rollers, like a lot of different things. But you basically just want to kill them as fast as we can. Like, now I'm not too sure of the pathing that these guys have for themselves. But I'm gonna do what I can anyway. Like, I'm gonna put stuff down, but more than likely, I'm gonna have to do more shit. Pretty much is the way that I'm thinking of it. Migu, keep your lunch money, damn it. Now that I know it's your friggin' lunch, keep your friggin' lunch money, you. Keep it. Keep your damn lunch money. Don't make me feel bad about stealing your lunch money. I ain't no bully. I ain't bully. Okay? Right? I ain't no bully. Just in case these guys somehow make it past. So, I've got one T-shaped one in here. I've got another T-shaped one in there. And then I've decided to put another one back here. This is just on the off chance they make it a bit further. Because I would have to sink upgrades into this before these guys would die as quickly as they would. As quickly as they can. But I want to double check the pathing of these rollers first before I set this in stone and spam a whole bunch of upgrades in it. Now, with having rollers on the field actually presents a bit of a problem. Because we can't afford these sky guards to die. So we're going to have to pick somewhere to stand and not die, and not let any of our towers get wrecked in the process. And I can't fucking think of anywhere where I want to stand right now. I'll probably just go and stand up there somewhere. Probably. So, and I've still got a whole, I've got so much mana on me as well. I have so much mana. Gimme the frickin'. I'm a bully today, chat. I'm a bully. Migu, come here, you. Come here. Now, I'm not too worried about the flyers. The flyers have been holding their own so far. They're fine. Now again, like, the boss is coming out here again. So let's just make sure he 100% dies. We take these up even more. So technically what we're doing when we do that is that we're prepping for the Omega waves that'll come on the 6th wave. So in theory, we shouldn't need to touch we shouldn't need to move or tinker with this. The only thing we would do is just add more stuff into it. So a cannonball, a PDT, a frosty tower, a ramster, like whatever. A ramster's actually a waste because it's meant for crowd control, but cannonballs, more lightning strikes, more boosts, more buffs, and frosty towers. Like, that's all that we would ever want to put into this lane. If we wanted to do anything to it, we'd actually move the boost aura in a position so that we can actually have more lightning down. So like, actually we could even probably potentially put a lightning right there, and that should do that for the lane. So there's that done. Is there anything else that we're worried about? Like anything? Not really. But what we'll do at this point is we'll just jump around and we'll throw down some upgrades. Again, like a frosty lane, fire, take the fire up. We've already upgraded these 2 cannons, so that's fine. We got the long shot here with the mob gallery. I don't think it matters whatever it is that we do here. I really don't think so. But in the off chance that something might push through this, it's a long shot lane, so this is probably the better priority to have here, because so far I don't think anything's made it past this right here, this point, because the PDT and the reflect beam is practically doing all the work. So if anything, we could put the reflect beam up a couple of times, so then that way this just keeps these guys here. We've still got 771 mana to use. Okay, this lane's got Lava Guardians coming out of it. Yes, it is proximity, but Lava Guardians are, like, they get really, really healthy. Like, really, really quite healthy. So, reflect, LSA, because that's the 2 strongest things right there. 2 strongest. Over here, just that and that, I guess. Like, and we hit the button. And then this is where I pay attention to how, like, oh here, that looks good actually. That looks really good. Yep, right, okay, that's good. So now I'm going to start sinking mana into these, to that, to deal with those rollers. And then we'll actually help them out a little bit. Ah, rude. Once we crank up those, it'll be good. We still actually do need to boost aura it. And then that'll ensure that those guys die. Assassins were coming, so make sure you're in a position to hopefully take them off of you. I have no idea if that was a headstrong one that came after me. No, it wasn't. He died. Okay. He died, so that's good. That's good, that works. There's still another assassin there. Still an assassin yet to come on out. Yes, yes, yes. Kill off both of those guys. Bastora down. Actually, we'll do that one first. While those guys are taking their time coming out of that lane, we'll just run around and grab mana. That's all we'll do. Just already get ahead of the next wave. Just let those guys take their time doing whatever it is that they're doing. Slowly dying off. They're just stuck. That's all it is. They're all stuck because the lava guardians like got them stuck pretty much. A good thing about that as well is that you kind of can come and check and see what's happening with your lanes. So some of these guys did actually make it pretty far over here, like pretty damn far. But that's okay. That's all right. I'll ball that mana, and then now we go and say hello to these jerks. Hi. And now we just chill and wait. Geohex Zeo Throwers. Okay. Okay. Start weaker, get stronger the longer they stay alive. Now, there's hex throwers in there. So we need to be careful where we build this. Like, if we were to say, like, build this down here, these guys could potentially just walk to here and then just start throwing down at the core. So it's not a good idea. You're best off to do it up here instead. Catch them at, like, before they could potentially, like right there, like that would actually catch them right on the corner. You could actually build it all the way up, but we don't want to split. We don't want to like keep these cyborgs over here bashing away on this stuff. We want them to still go that way and do their thing. So again, we're gonna slam down basically the same thing that we've been doing so far. Like so. Get upgrades in, because we've got so much mana. Like, we have a fuck ton. I'm going to upgrade those guys, seeing as like there was mana sitting right at the back of here, so it'd be a good idea to upgrade those. I think it's safe enough for that. Boss lane, well, we kind of already took care of the boss lane in theory with what it was that we did. The only other problem we have is the rollers. Like, the rollers are the main issue right now. So douche. That should kill them, like, without question. Flyers, it's went up to 33 now. You would think it would call for an upgrade, but I believe in like tier 3 on stuff, especially like this, and that we've got Skyguards hit in the back there. There's really no reason for those guys to get through, and I've got 2 fucking assassins to deal with. Motherfucker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and stand over here, over on this side. And then I'm curious whether or not, if this will help. I'm wondering whether or not if this will still... I don't think I'll have enough health to survive this. But I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try. I think I need to get defense rate on this guy though, before I feel like it'll actually help, because it'll channel quicker. The beam will channel, and it's at the end of the channel for it to potentially freeze something. The frosty power might actually help to kill it off quicker though. So going to upgrade that though in hopes that that's kind of going to help me. So yeah, I'm just going to like chill over here pretty much, because then the rollers can't kill me while I'm over here. And then my eyes are pretty much just glued to the map the whole time, just glued, just watching, waiting for not only the assassins to show up in the bottom right of the map where the rollers are coming from, but just looking to see can't really tell actually if that was a normal or a different one, because I don't see any down at the where the rollers are coming from. Son of a bitch. I need to get some Frosty Fire remnants if I want to help. Cannot survive them anymore. That's 2 hits. Like, and I'm just dead. I could potentially take off a shard in hopes that I could potentially survive, but if I need to damage somewhere, okay, so now I'm down to 1 now. Just 1 assassin now. And he's still gonna keep coming for me. Oh, there's still, both of them are still there. I can't travel down fast enough to where they're spawning to kill them. I can't. It doesn't matter with the Frosty, like I can't survive them. 2 hits, and they hit at least 4 times. So I can't survive those guys anymore with that. Got them. Got 1 anyway. Got 1 of them. I'm gonna try and run down that way again and hope that I can kill him. Oh, never mind, he dead. He dead. Or is he? No, he's not, he's alive. No. No, he ain't. He dead. Sweet. Okay, pretty sure I saw that this is his boss. Yeah, we got bosses. A boss coming out here. I know that I've got more than enough mana, so I'm not going to hold any in reserve. Like I'll do what needs to be done, pretty much, and just upgrade that lane. Then is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Winter's here with Spellbreaker. So basically, just need to add in a whole bunch of physical damage for this right here. There's already a flame aura in there, so that's going to do 50% more damage. Just going to basically load the whole lane up with a bunch of cannons. Just so many cannons. 6 cannons. And buff them all. I'm going to take out one. Take out one of them. And put in a ballista as well. Instead. Crank all these up to tier 3. And that should be it. That's pretty much it. We do have a boss in there, it's Thork. Don't really need to worry about him too much. I've already upgraded the lane in the mob gallery for the Ogre. The Ogre. So we pretty much just kind of like want a prep already with some of the mana that we have. So just run around and sink a little bit, like some of it in, pretty much. Like Timmy does not need it, but he's going to get it anyway. There's nothing I could do for the assassins. Like absolutely nothing. I just have to accept death. Like unless I'm in an area that is overwhelmed with damage. The only place though is actually right here. Right next to all these nodes. Because when it all procs off, like you could just see all the explosions. And these guys have been like maxed out as well, so like it's a lot. So now there is another way to deal with the assassins, and that's Frostfire Remnants. That is another way to deal with them. If we pop Frostfire Remnants into a lane, then we could potentially get them to I'm gonna wait though. Oh damn it, did he get frozen? Did he get frozen? Did he get frozen? No, I think he's still in the lane over there. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's still in the lane. Oh, my cannonballs are getting annihilated. I can't save that. Yeah, I cannot save that. I can't save it with the assassins. Okay, that was potentially the lane I needed to go and DPS in. Or better yet. Better yet, I need to make an adjustment. I need to make a slight adjustment to that lane. I can already tell you what it is. It's the flame auras that need to be changed for the lane. This bad boy right here. That needs to come out of there. Let me get one of these bad boys instead. This is probably the lane to actually DPS in though. Is this one right here. Let's get rid of all that, seeing as we're in our inventory anyway. Then the button. We might actually be able to survive. When the assassin comes to, like if we can keep the Frostfire Remnants up for this lane. Oh, what did I'm pretty sure the lag got me there. The ping got the better of me. Pretty sure. I know that I'm going to die, so I'm just kind of accepting it right now. Accepting the death. Oh, did it die? Did it die? One of them, I think, is still alive. Oh, he was close as well. He was so close to death. No. Oh no, Frostfire Remnants. What? Why? Why? I got bollocks on that friggin' guy walking that way though. The hacker. Damn it, it still didn't catch him. There's something wonky going with that lane up there. Man, I can't get the Frostfire Remnants to proc on him, man. And then I would have had him. I'd have him, no problem. I think he's not gone. I thought he might have been. This death cycle would stop if I could just kill these other dudes. Oh yes, he's dead. He died from that. Okay, so now it's pretty much just a simple case of we sell off all the AA that there is because there's no more flyers for the Omega Wave. So we're just gonna hop all the way around, suck up all the mana, like Pac-Man would do. You just nom 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 nom. You nom it all back up again. And we spent a lot. We spent a lot of DU just purely for flyers. So this can go, that can go. Double check the lane. High roller still, so we don't need to worry about that. Just Timmy with roller in it, we'll pretty much deal with. I'm pretty sure that we would be the ones to deal with that anyway. But let's crank that up and that up. We have Side throwers and the front line over here, so crank that. And I think it might be a good idea to throw a Frosty Tower into this lane as well. Help that out a little bit. Double check this lane. A reflect beam, pretty much just to protect those guys. Just crank them. We do want to take that out though, because that's there to take out packs of mobs. It's not there to take out single target damage mobs. So take it out, replace it with one. Now here we didn't have our normal CC set up for this lane, and we can actually apply that now. We can actually do that for this lane and put that down. So we literally we could do what we'd usually do with the lane. So that, let's transfer over to the proper guy. A bit of that. Get a lightning strike in the back as well. Douche, douche, douche. Mob gallery. We got ogres that are pretty much going to come to this lane over here. Just crank that bad boy up. Crank this bad boy up as well. Like it kind of doesn't matter here for this one. At the same time though, like we'll throw in like a little bit of extra into the lane as well. Thanks for the follow there, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, the long shot one could present a problem, but we haven't like boosted or buffed these guys. So let's do that. And then just to kind of like solidify the deal a bit, because there will be like a lot of mobs coming out there. We'll put one of those guys in, and then we'll actually like we'll double up a bit, and this will act as like actually no, we'll put it over here. Over here. This guy will kind of double up, so if this guy starts to kind of make it a bit too far, not only will that frosty tower hit them, but this one will hit them as well. Now, in theory, should be okay. In theory, anyway, should be okay. Lightning, I guess. Yeah, like in theory, everything should be okay. This is where I'll see like the limitations of my defenses, though. Like if I start having problems with this stuff. Quibbly. Oh, he like had a smidgen of health left. The frosty tower like was what was killing him there. This isn't cool, man. Like I've got like how many? Like I was just going to say, I not just have like 6 rollers try to shoot at me. There you go. And 204. Done. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed 204. It was a pleasure. Hopefully you learned something new about it. And hopefully it was very informative for y'all faces. Hit the button. Hit the button. Next floor. Next floor.